All right, so let's take a look at some of your threads to see what you guys have been up to. As usual, you know, I used to think this doesn't work, but then I did it to another student, and that student finally responded. So I think it does work when you bother people. You just gotta pester them. You just gotta make sure, stay on top of people. So that's what I'm doing. All right, as usual, stuff looks good. Okay. Man, this is good stuff, man. This is really cool. Good, simplified. All the biceps are there. Deltoid, pectoralis. You tried to add the pecs a little bit here, but I don't know if this is the pec or this is the back, so it's probably like scapula. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. The ulna is even showing a little bit. Elbow into the hand. Okay, like it. Uh, keep it going. I'm looking at some of these to see if some of these muscles are too long. The bicep is a long muscle, but it just looks a little too long, right? Other than that, just the reason it probably looks too long is because you don't have the bicep in, right? Because the bicep attaches in here, so that would probably help this look. It just looked weird to me, and now I know why it looks weird. It's because there's no pectoral muscle right here that it attaches under, so it doesn't really look right, but it makes sense as what you did. All right, good stuff. Let's get updates, please. Update. Well, I don't think updates because I haven't sculpted it yet, so this is just you guys trying it out. This isn't bad. This guy looks like he should be in what's that TV show? Baki? Super muscular. Dig it. It looks like you've got a lot of this in the right place. Just trying to make sure. Boom. 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 It's not bad. I could use some more angles and remove um the grid or the poly view or whatever. This is for the hand so far. Okay, 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 okay. Hmm. Yeah, like this. This just needs a lot of work, right? Maybe you could use with rewatching the video and spending just a little bit more time, kind of working this and pushing it a little further than this. All right. So if you also need some help after class or something, let me know. I can definitely sit with you and we can walk through some of these tools together. Because what's important is the first part of this, unfortunately, is learning the software itself. So I know you guys are probably in this state because I remember when I first started, like learning the software is like half the battle when you're learning, right? And I want you guys to get over that and then get to the we're creating art. Some of you guys are already in that I know the software, so that the navigation, this just reeks of I need to learn Z spheres a little more. I need to learn, and then you can get into the anatomy stuff because it feels like some of the tools are being used even wrong, So I would definitely take a look at the video again. And if you need to schedule some time with me where we can go over any of this, do that. Okay. Interesting. This is the 3/4, I guess, front profile. Okay, this is the front profile. 3/4. Okay. The problem, though, with using concepts for your actual 3D is the concept artists themselves can exaggerate some things, move some things, leave some things out. So for some of these studies, it might be better for you guys to use actual references of real life arms and hands, so that when you're sculpting it, you're sculpting to reality, not somebody's interpretation of reality. Because that's what, when you're drawing or sculpting from concepts, you have to remember that this person is doing what you're doing. They're interpreting information, right? And they're using their skills. I don't know why I put that in quotation marks. That's kind of stupid. But they're using their skills to interpret what they see. So the general rule for when you're sculpting things that are supposed to be realistic in real life, right, is to use real life reference, real life people, real life anatomy. At the very least, one of these real life sculpt looking things where like somebody's actually trying to teach you that, because what you're doing is you're doing yourself a disservice. Because if they do something wrong in this model that we're looking at, if the artist does something wrong, well, you might not be adept enough. You might not be at the level where you can catch it and fix it, right? So to alleviate and eliminate that, use something real, because they're using their eye to kind of judge what's going on. And now you're relying on secondhand information or third-hand information to do it. It's like telephone. By the time you get to the message is all garbled up, right? So you want the purest form, the purest source of information possible. And that's why you can have something that it looks right, but when you try to sculpt it, well, you're putting them, because they're going exaggerating and they're not using the right, so you're copying the wrong thing already. So your outcome could be wrong if they did it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to harp on, hey, let's try to use real life things here. All right. Cool. Let's see what this looks like. Interesting. I'd like to see more, right? Like you see how these are the segments and stuff like that. Like you can see the bicep, you can see the tries, right? Like you can see all of these places, right? Yeah, it just needs more definition. And I think maybe this is just a start, but after this class, maybe you'll have a better idea, right? Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much for the update. Okay, let's see what D did. Okay, D. I see where you're going. I see you got some good stuff in here. I see you got the biceps, the delts, right? Triceps. This area looks like it's giving you a little bit of issue with how these muscles connect over here. All in all, not bad. All right. Pretty good. All right. Yeah, I like One Piece. One Piece is cool. I'm actually watching One Piece right now. All right, cool. Arm study. Okay. Big arms. All right. See, the thing is, yours needs to taper more, right? Taper more into it. And then this muscle, it's called the brachialis muscle, right? And yours is absolutely massive. If anything, it's in half, right? And it kind of, this muscle right here, right? It goes right into the wrist. Then back here, you have your tries. I just think you need to do a little more definition. And I'll show you guys how to approach getting the information that you need into these sculpts, right? At the end of it, you can smooth everything out and everything and still have it look right because you've already put those muscle groups in the right position. All right, cool stuff. Keep up the good work, guys. Mm, interesting approach in the sense that you put all the all the muscle groups in different as different subtools. Interesting approach. There's a lot of methods to do this. I probably wouldn't go this route just because you're going to have such a hard time trying to blend these three individual sculpts together that I would either start with a Z sphere or just a single sphere that I pull and I shape into the arm that I'm looking for. All right. And I can't even get into the muscle definition and all that because I just feel like this one's better. Yeah, no, better, right? Better because you can see the transitions are there in this one, and it's not like it's getting cut off, right? You wouldn't want to see this in a video game because, well, it just you see all these hard lines. It's going to be hard to reconcile that. With this, however, one smooth shape. Right now, I can actually give you feedback on the musculature that you have. Right, this guy's super muscular. This guy he's got like Hulk arms. Right, so with yours to imitate that properly, you really do have to draw the muscles in the place that they go, and you have to almost with less muscular people like I want to say is it Nicholas or Nathaniel. With less muscular people, right, you can get away with kind of smoother transitions, right? You can tell, right, the tries are here, but they're subtle, right? With skinnier arms. But with overtly muscular people, and if you're trying to show overtly muscular people, then you're gonna have to put all of the you see how where he put the delts. You can see the delts, right? You can see the striations of the delt just because how muscular those fibers, those muscle tissues and fibers are. All right, cool stuff. Appreciate you guys posting. Interesting. Yeah, the problem with this is the anatomy is just a little off. It looks almost like his bone is fused. It's like just one long bone, right? And the musculature doesn't tell me that, right? I see that you tried to put the delts here, right? But then everything from here on down needs better proportions, all right? And I'll show you guys how to kind of cheat the system a little bit to get the right one for just this assignment in general. All right. Thank you. I did ignore the hands just because they look like they'd stab me. Very dangerous hands you have here. All right. Cool. Appreciate you guys posting. Looking good. Keep posting. I just feel like okay. Not bad, but it looks like this person either suffered a horrific war wound. And just looking at this, I can tell that you might need to use the retopology tool, right? You might need to use the retopology tool because I can literally see the geometry and how they converge like right here. There's a giant point right there. All right, so yeah, you could do with a little ZRemesher. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much. That is the portion. That is the review portion of this class. And if you guys need to see my previous reviews, they are already on YouTube for you guys to just hear my feedback on some of the stuff that you're doing. And one thing that I will say to you guys is, and I harp on it, but I appreciate you guys trying. I appreciate you guys posting because most of 3D sculpting is just putting in an effort, right? Putting in an effort will get you 45, almost 50% of the way there. The rest of it is your knowledge of the software, is your knowledge of anatomy, your knowledge of creatures, lighting, shadow, composition, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes along with this that you need to know, and you should kind of have a tertiary understanding, a basic grasp of, right? You don't need to be experts at everything, but you need to have like a basic idea of where a lot of these landmarks are, you know. So that's what I just wanted to say is like, appreciate you guys posting. Try to do a little more independent study on the stuff we're talking about, because it'll take you guys a really, really, really long way. All right. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to stop this recording here, and we will jump into the lesson for the day.